I'm glad that we're doing it in this order because it gets the caveats out of the way, which is the third one is I have impeccable honesty and integrity.
Mhm.
And you can see how exactly what we were talking about is like, well, not really. There's ways in which power moves, not always following honesty and integrity. But when I think of that deeper form of charisma, the kind where like Socrates, Jesus, like the people that are not just charismatic for a time, but are charismatic forever. And we look to as paragons of who we want to be and have this leadership quality that is not just transactional, but moves people to become better versions of themselves, which is ultimately what I aspire to. And I suppose I've used charisma in two different terms. One is, can you influence? And the other is, do you awaken the best in people? If we're using that second term, I am honest and I have high integrity is fundamental to that because what I found is that even if you tell small lies, for instance, you're running late, you text your friend, I'm on the way. You're not on the way. You got to brush your teeth. You got to get ready. You train this learning in yourself that is sometimes I lie. Sometimes I'm not to be trusted. And when you lie sometimes, you hurt your ability to speak with conviction all the time because there's some part of your brain that is going, am I telling the truth? Am I saying the real thing? Because sometimes I don't. And so it influences your capacity to influence with conviction and for people to know that you stand by your belief.
What's really interesting is something exactly what you've said. I noticed in a friend of mine, and I had to say, we're really great friends, and we've been friends for a long, long time. But I can't trust you because I see you telling small lies to other people.
That's so brave of you.
Which makes me think that you tell, when you speak to me,
Yeah.
I have to figure out what the truth is. And this is
Wow.
this is something which I think ties into point 3 here, which is if you observe someone willing to tell tiny lies to other people, even exaggerating stories knowingly, when you know the truth, you know that X didn't happen, you go, oh my God, maybe the things they tell me as well aren't true.
Yeah, so it erodes it in all different places. One of the things that I didn't catch early on that you just brought up was I sometimes had there were things that I wouldn't say. Like I wouldn't have that conversation with a friend. I wouldn't bring that to them. And that is a lapse in integrity because look, I have this opinion. I have this feeling. You're someone I care about, but I'm not going to say it to you because I don't want to create friction or I don't want to do this. I'm not going to lie to you about it. I'm not going to tell you I trust you implicitly, but I'm just not going to bring it up.
It took me 9 years to get to that point with this person.
It's hard. It's very hard. But when you do that, God, it is such a deep form of love. It is such a deep form of respect. And it respects the deepest part of that person, which is, I know that these are your behaviors, but there's a you in there that is deeper than these habits that you have. And I want to speak to that person because I want you to know that I would like to connect with you and I would like to trust you, but I can't because of this. I think that is an aspect of friendship that is often overlooked, which is you've got your friends